Hi everyone, this is my second video on introduction to Zoom, and if you haven't installed Zoom version into your desktop, you need to download it first. Go to Google and type download Zoom, and once you click you will go to the download center. In the download center there will be a link for you to download. Just click on the button and it will give you a link, but I'm not going to download it because it's already installed in my computer. I will show you how it appears when you download it into your computer and open it up. There are so many options. Rather than going to the web version of Zoom, you can schedule a meeting in this desktop version as well. Click on the schedule button, and same as I described in my previous video, you can type the topic and select the date, time and duration. As the host, you can keep the video off for you and the participants. Audio, I prefer to keep it as telephone and computer, and then you have to click the schedule button, which I'm not going to do because I have already scheduled a meeting. The next thing that I want to show you is this settings button. The list of settings are a little bit different from the settings that I described in web version. Under general, actually the only thing that I'm interested in getting reminders. If you tick this box, you will get a reminder before the Zoom meeting that will be coming to your email address. For other options, you can leisurely go through and see whether these are important for you guys. Okay, second tab under this is video. So I guess you all can see me now. So this enables you to see your appearance, and in this case you can enable HD and mirror my image. I'll show you what happened with that. So it's not very much important. So touch up my appearance, so you can make yourself appear beautiful by ticking. I did that. And then always display participant name on their video. So this is important for a lecturer. And turn off my video when joining the meeting, so you can set up your background and be sure that it is nice before joining the meeting. And always show video preview dialog when joining a video meeting, so that's also important. So before joining the meeting, you know how you appear in the video. And this option is important for a lecturer, not for students, but if you feel like seeing other participants, you can tick this off. Display up to 49 participants. If there are 49, you will be able to see all the 49 in one screen. Next, you can check your audio settings. To check your speaker, click on the test speaker and see whether you can hear the sound. To check your microphone, you have to click on the test mic and speak. This is the first video. There are three other options that you can play around. The first one will allow Zoom to use your computer audio when you join a Zoom meeting, and the second one, mute microphone when joining a meeting. So this is very important because sometimes students don't know. They just click the join meeting and keep on talking to someone else. Everybody else in the meeting can hear that. And the last one is synchronize button on headset. If you are using a headset, the volume increase and decrease will synchronize with Zoom. Under share screen option, you can adjust the settings for shared screen. I'll go through one by one. Enter full screen when a participant shares screen, or maximize zoom window when participants share screen. I prefer to leave these two unticked because if you tick this one, whenever the lecturer share the screen, you won't be able to see the chat, the live chat going on, unless you click on the participant and open up the chat. And it's worth having the chat box open on the side of your screen, because if you can't hear, you can ask the lecturer to slow down, and if you want to raise your hand, you can do that as well. The last one is silence system notification when sharing desktop. This is important for the lecturer, because if I am the lecturer, I would tick this box, because if I get an email during the lecture, everybody participating in my meeting would hear that notification sound. Okay, let's explore the chat option. Most of these are by default ticked off, and I will explain few options. Make sure include link preview is active, because if the lecturer share a link with you in the chat area, you will be able to click on the link and go to the web page at the same time, rather than copy and pasting the link onto the web. And change my status away. That means if you are not active in the chat during that time, it will display as you are away from the meeting. And keep unread messages on top. So that is important, because regularly students will be asking questions from the lecturer, and you will be checking the chat box time to time. So if you tick this, the unread messages will come to the top and start at the first unread. So by this way you can categorize the messages that you read and unread, and push notifications. So that's important. If you select only private messages, when someone privately texts you, only you will get a notification that you have a new message. But if you leave it as all messages, whenever students are asking question or post a question to the chat box, you will get a notification that someone has asked a question. So you can go and check the chat. Under this, do not disturb from the given time period. This is important for a lecturer, because sometimes we use the Zoom for communicate with other colleagues. So if I get, suppose I am the lecturer, and if I get a private message during my Zoom meeting, that will interrupt the meeting. So in that case, I would tick this button and leave it do not disturb from maybe 10 to 12 am. And play sound when I receive a new message. That's okay, because it's not going to interrupt the Zoom meeting. Leave it ticked, and make sure at the same time you tick the mute notification while I am in the meeting. So if you are not in a meeting, you will get the notification sound, and if you are in a meeting, you won't get the notification sound. So that's all about the chat. Okay, so the next setting is virtual background. I love this option because it allows you to hide your messy background. So I'll show you how to do that. And if you select none, go to the virtual background option, and if you select none, all the participants can see your background. And if it is messy, you might want to hide your background. So how do you do that? You can select one of these virtual backgrounds available in Zoom. So there are different images. Even you can upload select a video. And if you want, you can add your own image by clicking this plus button and add image. I'll add one of my images, like capture, open. So as you can see, this is a little bit of professional background. If a lecturer is going to do a lecture, it's better to have a common background for the department. And as you can see, the letters are in a different way, like you can see it's a mirror image. This happens because if you go to video, you have activated mirror my image. You can simply untick that, so that will correct the letters. And I'll show you how to make this sort of professional background as well. What you have to do, just go to PowerPoint and leave it down a little bit, open up new slide and select a background color, and it says if you have black background it's going to be much more clear to the other participants, and you can just type the title like Department of Basic Sciences, Faculty of Applied Sciences, and you need to use this snipping tool. I have done separate video for that. If you want, what it does actually, it capture your screen. You can select the area that you want and capture the screen and save it. Okay, so this is I uploaded the image that I saved earlier. That's about virtual background, and if you want you can rotate it as well, like this. The other thing I want to show you is, if you want you can change the mirror my video here as well. And make sure if you are using a virtual background not to tick this box, because if you tick it, it's going to mess up your virtual background. I'll show you. So better to leave it untick. Okay, let's see the recording options. This is important for lecturers, or else if you are hosting meeting, you can play with these options as well. So the first one is, if you are planning to record a lecture or some conversation with someone else, you have to tick this box and select a location for Zoom to go and save the recordings. So if you can't find the place where it goes and save, just see here where it goes and save. I'll show you my folder, and it's coming with the date label, time, and with the topic. It's nicely categorized, so it's easy for you to go back and find the recording. And the second one is record a separate audio file for each participant who speaks. I'm not going to take this, because if there are 120 students and all of them are talking, there will be separate audio file for each student, which will consume my storage space. And then optimize for third-party video editor. This is important for lecturer. If he or she wants to edit the Zoom recording later on after the meeting, he or she can edit it with the video editor and then upload it, and add a timestamp to the recording. So this will add the label of date label and time label to the recording if we need. And record video during screen sharing. So I prefer to leave it unticked. It depends on the lecturer. If he or she has ticked it, you will be able to see the lecturer's face during the Zoom meeting, or while she is sharing her screen. And if not, you will just hear the voice while you are looking at the PowerPoint presentation. And the last one is keep temporary recording files. This is important for a lecturer, because he or she might have plans to upload these recordings to the Moodle. So in this case, if you tick this, the original file will save to the Zoom web version as well. If you, just in case if you couldn't find this file, the recording, you can just go to the web and look for the record. For your information, I don't think lecturer is going to allow you to record the Zoom meeting, but you will see the record button on your screen, and instead they will record the screen and upload the video to Moodle later on. And suppose you need to record, then what you can do, you can click on the record button and there will be a dialog box appearing in, like you need to get the permission from the host. If the lecturer has blocked this option, you need to get the permission, and if he or she wish, they will allow you to record. And under profile, you can edit your profile and view advanced settings in Moodle web, which I'm not going to do. So I have already discussed about all these options in my first video. By clicking on this link, it will automatically direct you there. And under statistics, you can see how much memory you have used up from the Moodle web space. Actually, videos, the recordings will consume your space, and keyboard shortcuts, I'm not going, actually I'm not using these keyboard shortcuts, and it's hard for me to memorize all these. And under accessibility, you can play these with buttons and change the font size, as well as the display font size in the chat area. That's basically everything about Zoom. You need to click on this settings button in order to get all these options and play with that. And I should say, you don't have to wait until someone arrange a Zoom meeting for you to see all these options and how it works. And I will show you how to schedule meeting for yourself and see how it appears. Go to the schedule button, and I'm not going to change the topic. And this is today, and the time now is 4:36, and the Zoom is suggesting me to start the meeting at 5, but I prefer to start it now. I'm going to type 4:37 p.m. and time, you can change the time and just click schedule. And even though it's buffering saying it's scheduling, I got a message telling that I can start the meeting now. So I'm going to start. So as you can see, I'm the only participant, but there's no barrier for you to open these tabs and see what's happening. Okay, so this is the chat area that I told you earlier, where you can respond to the lecturer, yes, no. I'll do a separate lecture for this one, a separate video for this one, and this is only for today. And hope you guys learned something out of this, and I really want you to try this and let me know how it went. Thank you.